I like how that coach was really going out on a limb there with that assessment of the situation. Jalen Rose is here now. You've played there. How close are the locker rooms?
They're really close. And what makes this unique is that people forget the Clippers are the JV team in their own building.
Yeah.
That's the Lakers building. Okay, so they basically use it for 41 regular season games in the playoffs, almost like a tour on a concert. So those two locker rooms are really close. But it's really laughable when I hear this taking place. I don't encourage fighting or violence in any way, shape, or form. But you know what I really don't encourage? People pretending to want to fight. These are guys that get paid millions of American dollars to play basketball. This is how they eat. This is how they feed their families. I love the disdain on the floor. A lot of former players on each team. Lou Williams was with Houston. Chris Paul was with the Clippers. Eric Gordon. I can go down the line of players that are interchangeable for these two rosters. But the main thing that stands out to me is this shows why Chris Paul left Los Angeles this offseason.
Same thing.
He didn't like being in L.A. with who he was being coached by and who he was playing with. But more importantly, and it played out last night, doesn't respect what's happening with the Clippers.
And you heard it from the crowd there. They let him have it. They have severed ties with Chris Paul. Hey, you played a long time in the NBA. I imagine you've seen things or participated up close. What's the worst thing you've seen that's similar to this?
So from a different era, okay? So this ain't going to be one of those, the older I get, the longer the walk was to school, because it really went down in those days, situations like that. They were really heavy-handed henchmen like Charles Oakley
like ice
in
hockey.
the league that would put their hands on a player in shoot-around. Like, these type of things took place. But you hear these stories a million times. Player, meet me in the back. You just saw that with Lowry and Ben Simmons. Meet me in the back. Guess who's in the back? The families, the friends, the kids, the media. Nothing's going to happen in the back, and rightfully so. Again, I'm not encouraging this physical behavior to take place. But, again, when you're competing, I like players to not like one another. I appreciate that. But when the game is over and we beat you, take your thumping and go home.
I like the rivalries. You just brought up Simmons and Lowry. It's kind of like a thing last night all across the NBA. Everyone was just feeling a little angsty out there, because it happened in the Kings Thunder game too.
It did, and I guess that leads me to talk. Since it was on MLK Day, what's my favorite King quote? Faith is taking the first step without seeing the entire staircase. That's what CP3 did this offseason. So did Melo and Paul George.
It worked last night, second quarter. Paul George dribbles behind his back, gets it to Westbrook here. Westbrook doing his thing. The Thunder, though, were down 15 in the first half. And how many times this season have we seen that group struggle in the third? Because that wasn't the case last night.
The key for the Thunder is to beat the teams that they're supposed to, hold double-digit leads, and be able to close ball games. And in the half court, get their best three players that you see right there. Melo spin out lob in the action with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and obviously Melo.
They outscored the Kings last night, 31-16 in the third. In the fourth, with Westbrook eyeing another triple-double, Westbrook here drives into the crowded lane and falls down. Matt Bowling calls him for traveling, and Westbrook then gets up and says he's a little frustrated. At least that's what I'm going to say, he said.
I'm pretty sure he was frustrated. Brody got smacked across the arm and in the face. He's like, I won MVP last year.
So he's teed up.
Oh, yeah, they whacked him good.
Westbrook gone. First time he's been ejected since December 29th, 2016. That was against the Grizzlies. He misses out on the triple-double. He finished with 19 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. He did get the triple-double if you include the 10 points.
There you go. That's where I was
going. One, by the way.
We prefaced how there was a little exchange here. We'll get to that shortly. Raptors, Sixers. But first, some good basketball. Joel Embiid trailing.
Hustling. That was almost a nasty fall against the backstop.
All-star player, this Embiid.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, going 77 feet, we're told. He finished with 34 points, 11 rebounds. Nice touch.
To the left, to the left.
Jalen's greatest hits. I love it.
All of the good footwork down low.
Okay, here we go. Ben Simmons, Kyle Lowry. And Ben Simmons, he had an exchange with Marcus Morris when they played in London against the Celtics. A lot of just bumping around like bumper cars here. Boom. Could he have avoided that?
Both of them could have. Kyle was standing over the ball on purpose, and Ben pushed him on purpose. No harm, no foul.
Now Simmons, Jacob Hurdle getting a little more bumping and
hey, you know,
Lowry.
These kind of things happen when you're a rookie, by the way. It's not new.
Ben Simmons says he's not going to be dislodged.
It just seems like you're not going to back down from anyone.
They're trying to test me. I don't know if they're trying to test me or see how I am on the court, but no, I won't play around. I'm not going to take from anybody.
Won't back down like Tom Petty.
I stopped cursing 15 years ago, and I love it.
It feels good?
Absolutely. But I hate when people curse at me.
Okay. You know what?
You want to curse back?
Simmons probably doesn't think of himself as a rookie, though.
He is.
I know he is.
As a matter of fact, he's a redshirt rookie. Imagine we talk about the process. Imagine had they taken Tatum with the first pick, or Donovan Mitchell, or Dennis Smith Jr.
Unbelievable.
Or Markkanen to go with
Kyle
what they have up front. I'm hoping Fultz can get his jump shot together because it looks atrocious right now.
All right, Jalen, stay here. You've got a busy night tomorrow night. It's another ESPN Wednesday doubleheader.